The project we did through InterAct was a systematic literature review looking at the challenges and enablers of digitalisation in manufacturing firms. So we were motivated to understand in more depth what the challenges manufacturers face when it comes to digitalisation. Digitalisation is really important when it comes to sustainability and productivity, but in the UK we're lagging behind, and it was important for us, we felt, to understand exactly why that was and potentially what we could do to overcome those issues. In our work, we found out that there's a range of challenges related to the adoption of digital technologies that aren't really related to the technologies themselves, but weren't readily apparent until we did our research. Examples of this are identifying goals beyond just the adoption of the technology itself, thinking more strategically about being more productive and sustainable using digital technologies. So through this work, we've identified a range of challenges which we've already started to implement with organisations that we're working with in the Advanced Services Group. In terms of the impact of this work, what we've identified are a range of different challenges and issues that manufacturers in general face when it comes to the motives and the incentives for adopting digital technologies. And we're already implementing strategies to help them basically overcome those inhibitors, which aren't necessarily about the technologies themselves. They're more about the organizational infrastructure, the culture, and the strategy moving forward. The human-centric element to the adoption of digital technologies is really fundamental. And when we looked at also the enablers as well as the inhibitors of transformation, we found out that a lot of it was related to attitudes regarding expectations of digital technologies, such as immediate returns on investments were expected, and concerns about sharing data, trust across the value network. Things like this were really just kind of basic human factors that can potentially be overcome in a quite straightforward way. When it comes to the adoption of digital technologies, a lot of people assume that it's the technology itself, the expense, the uncertainty around its capability that's getting in the way. We found that actually, more often than not, it's the attitudes and behaviours of people that are stopping the organisations from progressing when it comes to the adoption of these technologies. When it comes to actually disseminating these findings, we weren't interested in just making an academic paper that we shared with our colleagues. We really wanted to have a range of different activities that could support industry. So we created a short video, animated video, explaining our findings. We created a mini guide directed at industry, but also we've been doing a range of industry related activities since we did this work as well. If we hadn't got the funding through InterAct, there wouldn't have been as much known about these enablers and inhibitors when it comes to digitalisation. I think the funding was really important to help us explore and give us the freedom to explore what many of people have just been hypothesising have been issues previously. And we were able to find evidence both within academic publications but also across a range of other sources as well. Working with InterAct has been a really positive experience, not just for the work we did, but also the community that's been built around it. There are a range of different stakeholders that we've met through InterAct, not just academics, although it has been good to find other academics through InterAct with a similar interest to us and develop new ideas as well. Although the InterAct project itself is finished, we're all looking forward to carry on working together, having started this journey. We really do feel like this is just the start of this work now. We need to, having got the findings that we obtained through this project, we're now really looking forward to carrying on doing the engagement work we've been doing so far, not just with our academic colleagues, but with a range of other stakeholders across industry as well. We've already seen an impact with the work we've been doing with industry. As much as anything else, it's a lot of the inhibitors that industry face are related to a mindset change. What we'd like to see more of in the future is a broader cultural change across the sector, and really a willingness to embrace these new technologies and new business models that lead to a more productive and sustainable manufacturing sector in the future. The celebration event for the conclusion of the InterAct project has been it's been really nice to see the outcomes of all these different projects, but also it's been great to share insights and to share ideas about how we could do more work moving forward based on the foundations we've built so far.